Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 with the Conclave DLC. As Scotland here, King Gospatrick. Hopefully we will be remaining as King Gospatrick for a while, even though we are stressed and ill, which could potentially be a problem. Maybe we can... Alright, of course we can't change our focus yet. I think I mentioned this even in the last episode. Well, also in the last episode we managed to repel the forces of England who tried to take Cumberland from us. Mostly thanks to our friends and allies in France, and especially thanks to the fact that it seems that you can actually have your AI allied armies latch onto your armies, and we were able to actually lead them to where they were relevant and useful, which I think is a new feature. Though it may not be, correct me if I'm wrong, please. Anyway, we have initiated the process of revoking the county of Teviotdale here, so that we can add it to our domain. We're a bit below our domain limit and would like to gain some more counties, so we are about to raise some troops to fight him. But before we do that, we do have, by virtue of the fact that we have the kingdom title here, we have de jure claims on all of these other counties, mostly Soroyar and this one county that is under Norway, which actually currently has an uprising going on. We'll check out what's going on with that in a minute. But why don't we declare a simultaneous war on Soroyar to take a county away from him? I guess we'll just take whichever is his best county. This one has 3 holdings. So I suppose we'll just take this one. So we have to declare upon the liege. We'll take Argyle. We will have France in on our side. I don't know if they get automatically called or if we can choose not to call them in this case. Because I would rather not. Though maybe it doesn't actually reduce his opinion anymore if you call him to war too many times. Anyway, we'll just do it and see what happens. We'll take that de jure claim. We don't have France... Oh, this is the other war, never mind. We do have France on our side, so... I guess they do get automatically called. That's fine. They actually still have an army up here. In the meantime, we'll raise our own troops. Gathered them together. Yeah, so this is a Waldensian uprising, I guess. The religion of the county is Catholic, so who knows why. We have Waldensianism in Orkney, so I guess they just crossed the strait there. I guess, Norway is going to have a tough time with them because they'll have to do an amphibious landing. Oh no, they won't. They can just put their troops ashore in my land and attack them that way. Though it looks like maybe they have some other war going on right now. Defending against Denmark and having a bad time. Yeah, they have very few levies, so that uprising might actually succeed. And maybe we'll see, I think just Orkney would go independent there. Though I'm not sure. We'll keep an eye on the whole situation, I suppose. Alright, I awoke this morning feeling much better. It seems that my illness has passed. We have lost the trait ill, which is good news. Uh-oh, got one of our armies caught there. One of our wards needs a childhood focus. Who is this, actually? Grandson of the former king. I don't think we really care about what happens with him. Let's try and get a good learning character. That doesn't seem that useful. We'll go for something stewardship related. Sure. Thrift. Okay, so we lost that little battle. King Gospatrick of Scotland has accepted a call to arms from King Philippe of France against Kaiser Heinrich the Young due to an alliance. The King of Scotland, i.e. me, had no other choice. Okay, so this is the receiving end of one of these mandatory alliance calls. Which is fine, we are now at war with the most powerful realm in the known world at this point. Maybe the Byzantines are slightly more powerful, or the Seljuks, but either way, they're probably in the top 3. But hopefully they just won't actually do anything and we can ignore that whole situation. Alright, let's merge you together. We'll have you guys meet up over here. Maybe it might be a little bit safer, so that this other army doesn't get caught too. Alright, so I guess I probably should have checked about the actual strength of these people, because Sorayar has quite a few counties. He's relatively powerful, but I think we'll be okay. We have plenty of money to raise mercenaries if it turns out that we need to. And if we don't, we might just spend some on some upgrades after this war. So let's maybe take care of this smaller army first. Actually, that doesn't really make sense. We should take care of the larger army first, which is Sorayar. If we can possibly intercept this little unit here, that would be great. Then we'll go and attack them, unfortunately, into the hills, but we have twice their numbers. We should be just fine. And we'll make sure that we have our best commanders, which includes me. Do I want to risk dying at this point? Maybe we'll just delegate to Mayor Rory here for the moment. We do have elective succession, of course, since we changed that by faction earlier. Which we might just keep, I suppose. I think it'll be a while before we'll be able to go to primogeniture anyway, because we have to go to High Crown Authority, which we are not on. Is that not in here? Am I just missing it? I think we also need late feudal administration as well. Alright, I'm probably just blind and it's in there somewhere. But either way, and that will be a while before we can do that, so I guess we'll stay on elective. Oh, actually though, since we're a Celtic culture, I think we have the option to use Tanistry, which has fewer requirements than primogeniture, and also is better than elective because only people of our dynasty can be voted in. Yeah, I guess we will probably do that at some point. So I have to reign for at least 10 years first anyway. Let's get back to our wars. So daughter was born. Oh, is that to my heir? Yes, he has some illegitimate children. His name is Dolphin the Lewd. How did I not notice this before? That's great. So yes, some illegitimate children. We would like him to get married, but I guess he's having too much fun sleeping around, and we can't actually force him to, because he's not in our court. We can arrange marriage with him for somebody that is in our court, which is basically just this person. Maybe that would be better than nothing. Yeah, we're relatively young, so we can always get married as soon as we inherit as him. And if we haven't done that in a few years, we'll probably get him married just to somebody. Captured a mayor in that battle. We did not destroy the army, but they are retreating. Presumably, maybe down here or here. We'll just follow them county by county and see where they go. Yep, they're continuing, so I guess they're heading here, maybe? Worrying reports have reached you regarding your marshal, Prince Malsnekton. It seems he has been using your soldiers to extort money from the peasantry in Lothian. Well, that's not cool. So we can fire him, get peasant unrest in Lothian, and lower tax, and higher revolt risk. And our opinion of him goes down, or we can deal with it later and we still get the unrest for the same amount of time, so that happens either way. Alright, I guess we'll just deal with it later. We want to keep him on the council because he's a powerful vassal and he's going to be real annoyed otherwise. Okay, our son here has finished his education in diplomacy. It is evident that he has excelled in his studies, so he became a charismatic negotiator. This pleases me. It turned out to be a fairly decent character, I suppose. We could use him for an alliance. Maybe we could try to make sure that we keep our alliance with France, which would be very useful. We'll check the family status here. So that sibling is already spoken for, and he has a 4-year-old daughter, so that's going to be a while before we can offer a marriage for her. We could get them betrothed, I suppose, but maybe it's better to just wait. Looks like France is having a pretty bad time in the war they're in as well. Unfortunately, we don't really have the ability or the inclination to help them with. I mean, I guess we could have the inclination to help them. They did help us quite a lot. But I don't think our 3,000 troops are going to make too much difference versus the might of the Holy Roman Empire. Right, you are retreating to Westmoreland. Of course, you're obviously going to be retreating further than that because shattered retreats are a thing. And something I am interested to see is how much infamy we pick up by taking this county from Sorayar. Maybe we'll have an idea of how fast infamy is likely to build up when we conquer things. Probably taking one county is going to be relatively minor, though, I think. Okay, the Pope is happier. And we're taking attrition here, unfortunately. We'll follow him back up this way, which is where I assume he's going. Oh, out of supplies for 29 days. I see. Okay. That is something that we need to be aware of, apparently. Alright, so I think we'll just ignore this army at this point and complete a siege here. We can definitely safely split off about half of this army, let's say. We can leave 1,200 here, that's enough to siege, and they're not in danger of being beaten by the remaining 300 troops. They can't raise any more troops because this is his only county. All of the people we're fighting are almost the same color as each other and our realm, which makes things kind of confusing here, but that's okay. Right, unfortunately we crossed a river into the hills here, which probably I should have tried to avoid, but I think we're going to win this battle anyway. Lion has been called into this du jour war. 2 counties. They have actually a fairly significant number of troops. As things go. He's returning across the strait to Ula. We'll just let him do that. Okay, the Pope is happier again. Alright, so we might want to be a bit more careful now that we know there's another army on the way, most likely. And in any case, we can't actually siege this with the amount of troops we have. We're very close, though. Is this going to reinforce? I think so. But only within our own borders, I think. So let's retreat and have that reinforce a bit. And we can keep it close to this army so that we're safe from any attacks. It looks like the Waldensian uprising has sieged this whole county. 26% in favor of them. I think they maybe get ticking war score, but I'm not sure. They might have to control a whole duchy or something. Norway's also losing his other war against Denmark pretty badly, 97%. There's a Norwegian fleet around here. And Lion and Sorayar have an army over there now. I guess I don't have vision over here, so I couldn't see them crossing the strait, which I kind of thought I would see. May you live in harmony and contentment. You've discovered a plot where this guy seeks to kill my son and heir. Well, that can't be allowed. Look at his face, even. We'll just tell him to end the plot, I suppose. Is there some random courtier in one of my Earl's courts? We'll just tell him to knock it off. Let's see, we could be in danger of getting attacked here. There was an adjacent county with hills, I might move into there. I guess we could go here and siege this at the same time. But I'd much rather siege our target county, of course. He agrees to stop his nefarious plotting. Well, actually, oh no wait, this county is hills as well, so we have defensive terrain in either case. That's fine. Apparently they're just going to hang around here and not do anything, which is absolutely fine with me. As long as they're making no siege progress, and we are, I'm happy to ignore them. Ooh. What happened down here? York is independent. He wanted to revoke something, and they're fighting against him. Ooh, if we could help York become independent. Actually, I don't think they would become independent as a result of this. Let's see, if you try to revoke something, somebody rebels and then you lose, they still remain your vassal, I think. Eh. I'm not sure it would be worth trying to help them out. Let's see, I guess we could get an alliance, actually. We have an eligible person to marry to his sister. But I think we will just decline to do that for the moment. Okay, our son-in-law, Prince Malsnekton here, has his opinion improved. Up to 60. Oh, and we unfortunately are now below the amount of troops that we need to siege this. Okay, so we'll have to... Actually, 700 should be more than enough. Is that going to leave us with too few over here, though? It is. Can we get a couple of smaller units? 200? Should be fine. Oh, actually, never mind. We're at 100% in this war anyway, so we can just end it. Succeeded with our plot. We usurped the county from him. And we apparently stand to lose this on succession. Maybe that needs to update. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, there we go. And again, his opinion improved up to 75. I guess you get 15 per improvement this time. I think that might be something that's been changed. I swear it used to be at least 20. So we are actually pretty evenly matched with the enemy army here, as it stands. Which makes attacking into the hills a less attractive prospect. What is this? The Waldensian uprising is sieging me now. Yeah, that's what I thought. Get out of here. We have accepted another call from France against the French revolt. Okay. Fairly small revolt, so he can handle that. Actually, he's pulled it back a bit against the Kaiser. He won a battle and he's getting a lot of ticking war score. Oh, they're trying to take Aquitaine? Yeah, they've just got a claim on the whole duchy. Wow. That would be a blow to France if they were to lose that. Arranged betrothal from the King of England. Yeah, I guess we could get a non-aggression pact with England. Our daughter, Princess Nuala, and Prince Harold will accept, so we won't actually have a pact until they come of age and actually get married. But things would definitely be a lot safer for us if we didn't have to fear attack from the Sassanaks. And we have actually lost the trait stressed as well, which is great news. We are feeling much more relaxed about things. Probably because of this whole non-aggression pact on the horizon. Ooh, and it looks like Denmark has successfully made Norway into a tributary. Probably shouldn't be just letting them reinforce all of their troops. We'll probably want to raise some mercenaries to make sure that we win this war at this point. We have a child who lacks an education focus as well. This is Princess Nuala, of course, who we have just arranged a betrothal for. She's curious and an idolizer. She's easily impressed and also has a fervent desire to seek for ultimate truths. Okay, so let's see what might be appropriate for her. Curious would be good for a diplomatic education. Idolizer will be bad for martial. No interaction there. Idolizers are good for learning. And no interaction there. I suppose we'll have her get a diplomatic education. That's probably going to be pretty useful. So once we win this siege here, we might retreat back into our borders and let our army reinforce a bit. Alright, our son Alexander has finished his education in the ways of war. It seems he has learned all the basic skills required. Good for him. So that's a tough soldier. I don't know if the effect of these traits has been changed at all. I think that seems the same to me. Alright, very good. Okay, well, we are out of time for this episode. Actually, let's play on until we finish this siege at least. It should be very quickly. Should happen very quickly. Okay. So that's that. So we're out of time for this episode. I will leave it here for now, and we'll hopefully be able to win this war in fairly short order in the next one. Thanks for watching, and join me again then.